Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I want to be the first to say that everyone's experience on this game, like anything in life, is different. And so you might have a wildly different experience than what I've seen so far, or what other people have seen when they've reached out to me. And that's okay. You know, this is not a YouTube cult. This is a YouTube channel. And one of my favorite things is when I hear from people that haven't reached out to me for the first time, who maybe have watched me for years. And one of the first things they say is, you know, Prof, I often disagree with you, but, and I think, great. I love that. I love that people can have civil disagreements about things, from how you grade an offer to how you'd respond to a forum post, and yet we don't have to dislike each other. There's no hatred there. We're just like responsible, healthy adults with disagreements. I always say I'm just one person, random dude from Oklahoma who, by all accounts, should never have had such a successful YouTube channel, and yet here we are. What a time to be alive. What a multiverse we're in. With that being said, I've gotten pretty lucky so far in my Battlegrounds. The first few fights I've had, I've lost once, and I've won 4 times in a row. And I wish I could tell this guy, I thought, when I got matched up against him, I was like, oh, rank 5, rank 5, rank 5, rank 5. I am probably going to lose this one. And I still think I probably would have. But this summoner decided, Prof, Hoff, screw that guy. I'm going to quit. And just gave me a win. And I thought, thank you for forfeiting. It was not one of those forfeits that was a bug. It was literally like, during the banning process, it just ends all of a sudden in front of you. So that's been the most positive, easy experience I've had in Battlegrounds so far this season. But in general, with this new node, especially the buff toggle, parentheses unstoppable 2. Every 9 seconds, the defender gains an unstoppable buff for 3 seconds. I fight a lot of things. I fight a lot of America Chavez, who I think is a very underrated defender and even an attacker in Battlegrounds. And I also just fight champions like Korg that you try to push to a special 2 and then see what happens. Domino is another great example of that, where I've now, because of the lucky not able to dex blow up your face, I just block her special 1 and I take the damage every time. I know sometimes it's going to be an L, but I'm still going to do it. I also have to say about Domino, because she's also one of my, of course, go-to defenders, particularly at SIG 200, even though I have a rank 2 7-star. And I'll say that, like, you can bring out a Danny Moonstar, you can bring out some of the other newer champions that everybody's hyped up about. Sometimes you put an old but faithful defender out there like Domino, and they're still going to struggle. So that's kind of what I like about Battlegrounds in a way, is that, like, some people get countered, and some people, like, let's say you don't have a counter to Void. Let's say you don't have a counter to Killmonger, who have an amazing synergy together that's irrelevant for Battlegrounds. You're just going to struggle. If you don't have a counter for Toad, if you don't have a counter for Bishop or Havoc, you know, the list goes on and on. That's the kind of thing I like to see, because it's a little inspiring. With that being said, whether it's fighting Domino, whether it's fighting the aforementioned Toad, whether it's fighting America Chavez or Korg or so many others, I have never seen the AI be more passive. And so I did this live with Katie Candy and Incursions this week too, where suddenly you're up against the left wall. Your back's against the wall, and they haven't thrown a special. They're not going to throw a special. So then you're forced to just do one of 2 things. Now, I've got to be completely honest. When I'm in this situation and I know that I'm going to push them to a special 3, I will. I will push them to a special 3, and then I'll pause it. And maybe there'll be 30 seconds left. And that's where the match is going to end. I'll take the timeout. I'll get as many points as I can. And one time, I didn't have a timeout, but I had a crazy fast, was it here? I had a crazy fast round 3. Nope, wasn't there, although this was a great match. This is one of those matchups where I think we both just tipped our hats collectively to each other, because it was 49,000 to 46,000. Falcon versus Thing. I thought he was going to probably beat me in terms of time, but he didn't. I actually got Thing there to be a little bit more aggressive than in the past. Was it this one? Yeah, I thought I was screwed. I used Falcon against Hulkling, and I thought I had a great strategy, and I missed some parries. He went unblockable. I was done fast. But speaking of Domino against Danny Moonstar, it was 7,700 to 5,200. 31 seconds versus 23 seconds. And you can just imagine my shock when that ended up being the case. But I don't want the wins, which I'm sure will turn to losses soon, because it always evens out for me in Battlegrounds over the course of a season. I don't want the matches that are wins to distract from the overall topic of this video, which is that it benefits Kabam to have passive AI this month. It benefits it every month, but especially when you've got like an unstoppable that comes up. And if you're fighting somebody where you're trying to get a window, like say even Quicksilver, it just makes it harder to do. And if you're fighting a Mystic champion where Mystic Dispersion is a pretty high factor in the fight, you're going to push that Wong or that America Chavez or that Mangog to a special 2 pretty easily, and then it kind of feels like it's game over. And with so many beyond God tier defenders like Mangog and America Chavez and Sasquatch as 7 stars that can easily go to rank 2 depending on how much people spent and their RNG for not just July 4th week, but also, you know, those things leading up to it. You can easily see it happen. So I don't know if this is your experience, but this is mine. I have talked to others during live streams, and they have backed up that this has been some of their experiences, and it's been enough for me to think, well, maybe I should make this to a video and just have like a normal conversation with my audience about it. So that's what this is. I hope you all have had a great week so far, and as always, I appreciate you clicking on this video.